The clock is ticking, Europe's fastest collapsing countries. Hello and welcome to, well, this. Europe, the continent that brought us the Renaissance, the baguette, and David Hasselhoff's musical career, is having a bit of a moment. Today, we're diving headfirst into the deep end of despair, exploring the top 10 fastest collapsing countries in Europe. We'll be your morbidly curious tour guides through economic ruin, political turmoil, and enough existential dread to make Sartre blush. From crippling debt to rampant corruption, dwindling populations to, well, let's just say some questionable fashion choices, we'll leave no stone unturned. But hey, this isn't all doom and gloom. Okay, it's mostly doom and gloom, but stick around to the end and we'll even dare to sprinkle in a dash of cautious optimism. Because, who knows, maybe, just maybe, somewhere in this mess there's a glimmer of hope. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Greece, a tragedy in 3 acts, and a bailout. Greece, the land of ancient philosophers, stunning beaches, and, well, more recently, economic woes that would make even a Spartan weep into their feta. Remember 2008? The global financial crisis? Yeah, Greece remembers. For years, Greece had been living beyond its means, fueled by cheap credit and a healthy dose of, how shall we say, creative accounting. But when the global economy went belly up, the jig was up. Suddenly, Greece was drowning in debt, facing sky-high interest rates and begging for a bailout from the European Union and the International Monetary Fund. The bailouts came, but at a cost. Austerity measures were imposed, slashing public spending and sending the Greek economy into a tailspin. Unemployment soared, pensions were slashed, and the social fabric of the country began to fray. Greece has made some progress in reforming its economy, and tourism, the country's lifeblood, is slowly recovering. But the scars of the crisis run deep, a stark reminder of the fragility of economic stability and the human cost of austerity. Ukraine. This isn't the special military operation they were promised. Ukraine. A country known for its vast sunflower fields, vibrant culture, and, well, more recently becoming the unwilling host of a special military operation courtesy of their neighbor, Mr. I only invade for peace, Putin. Russia's invasion isn't just a geopolitical chess move, it's a humanitarian catastrophe. Cities lie in ruins, millions have been displaced, and the death toll continues to climb. Before the war, Ukraine was already grappling with its fair share of challenges. Corruption was rampant, the economy was struggling, and the political landscape was, well, let's just say it was livelier than a borscht cook-off. Rebuilding Ukraine, both physically and economically, will be a monumental task, requiring a global effort and unwavering support from the international community. But amidst the rubble and despair, the Ukrainian spirit remains unbroken. The fight is far from over, but the Ukrainian people have shown remarkable resilience and determination in the face of unimaginable adversity. Belarus, Europe's last dictatorship, hold my vodka. Nestled between Russia and the EU, Belarus has often found itself caught in a geopolitical tug-of-war. But under the iron-fisted rule of Alexander Lukashenko, Europe's self-proclaimed last dictator, Belarus has taken a hard turn into authoritarianism. Lukashenko's playbook is a greatest hits collection of authoritarian tactics, rigged elections, silencing dissent, and a state-controlled media. And if you're thinking about staging a pro-democracy protest, well, I hope you like the taste of prison gruel, because that's probably what's for dinner. The economy is heavily reliant on Russia, which, given recent events, isn't exactly a recipe for stability. The country is also grappling with corruption, brain drain, and a healthcare system that seems to be stuck in a time warp. And then there's the whole issue of Belarus becoming a staging ground for Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Look, we get it, Belarus, you're in a tough neighborhood. But sometimes you got to stand up to the bully, even if it means risking a swirly in the geopolitical bathroom. Chapter 4. Bulgaria, sun, sand, and a shrinking population. Bulgaria is home to stunning beaches, ancient history, and a population that's, well, let's just say, exiting faster than a vampire fleeing a garlic festival. Bulgaria is facing a demographic crisis of epic proportions. Its population is shrinking at an alarming rate, thanks to a combination of low birth rates, emigration, and, frankly, a healthy dose of I'd rather live somewhere else. Now you might be thinking, so what? Less people, more baklava for me. But a shrinking population has serious consequences. It means fewer workers to support a growing elderly population, a shrinking tax base, and a whole lot of empty villages. that would make a ghost town look positively bustling. Corruption is widespread, the economy is sluggish, and the healthcare system could use a shot in the arm. And let's not forget about the brain drain as young, educated Bulgarians pack their bags and head for greener pastures. Bulgaria is a beautiful country with a rich history and culture. Whether these efforts will be enough to reverse the demographic decline and put Bulgaria back on track remains to be seen. Chapter 5, Romania. Dracula can't suck the corruption out of this place. Romania, land of majestic mountains, enchanting forests, and unfortunately enough corruption to make even Dracula blush. Now, I'm not saying that Romania is all bad. It's got stunning scenery, a rich history, and let's not forget, it gave us the masterpiece that is My Immortal by the band, wait for it, Dracula. But let's be real, Romania's got some serious issues. Corruption is so deeply ingrained in the system that it's practically a national pastime. Politicians treat public funds like their own personal piggy banks, and the justice system often seems to operate on the principle of, it's not what you know, it's who you bribe. Romania's economy is struggling, wages are low, and poverty is a persistent problem. Despite the challenges, there are glimmers of hope for Romania. The country has a young and educated population, and there's a growing tech sector that could provide much-needed jobs and economic growth. Chapter 6. Serbia. From Yugoslavia well, it's complicated. Serbia. A landlocked nation with a complex history, a penchant for strong coffee, and a knack for finding itself at the center of, shall we say, lively geopolitical situations. From the Ottoman Empire to the Yugoslav wars, Serbia has seen its fair share of turmoil, leaving the country with a legacy of political instability and ethnic tensions. The economy is still recovering from the chaos of the 1990s. Corruption is about as common as finding a good burek, and the political landscape is dominated by, shall we say, colorful figures who seem to specialize in making promises they can't keep. Despite the challenges, there's a certain charm to Serbia. The people are known for their hospitality, the nightlife is legendary, and the country is home to some truly stunning scenery. But for Serbia to truly move forward, it needs to confront its past, tackle corruption head-on, and find a way to heal the divisions that continue to plague its society. Chapter 7, Moldova, where time travels at dial-up speed. Sandwiched between Romania and Ukraine, Moldova often feels like the forgotten middle child of Europe. It's a country of rolling hills, vineyards, and a pace of life that's so slow it makes a snail look like a Formula One racer. Beneath the surface lies a country grappling with poverty, corruption, and an infrastructure stuck in a time warp. Moldova's infrastructure is stuck in a time warp with Soviet-era pothole-ridden roads, unreliable electricity, and slow internet. It's one of the poorest countries in Europe with a stagnant economy, rampant corruption, and a brain drain. Despite the challenges, there's a glimmer of hope for Moldova. The country is home to a young and resilient population, and there's a growing IT sector. For Moldova to thrive, it needs to invest in its infrastructure, tackle corruption, and keep its young people from fleeing. Bosnia and Herzegovina, a country still haunted by its war-torn past. The scars of the 1990s conflict are visible in its landscape and society. Stuck in a political quagmire, the economy struggles with high unemployment and corruption. Young, educated Bosnians are leaving for better opportunities, yet Bosnia boasts stunning scenery and resilient people. Albania, a land of rugged mountains, pristine beaches, and enough concrete bunkers to make a Bond villain jealous. Now, I know what you're thinking. Albania? Isn't that where they filmed Taken? The reality is more nuanced. Albania's come a long way since its days as Europe's most isolated state. The people are known for their hospitality, the food is delicious, and the coastline is stunning. North Macedonia. The country that settled a naming dispute with Greece only to face new challenges. It's like getting off a shared bank account only to find it maxed out. Beyond its relationship with Greece, North Macedonia grapples with poverty and corruption. The country faces a brain drain and slow bureaucracy. But amidst the challenges, there's hope. North Macedonia boasts natural beauty, rich history, and resilient people. Can it become the economic powerhouse it dreams of being? The jury's still out on that one. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of Europe's fastest collapsing countries, complete with economic woes, political turmoil, and enough existential dread to make Kafka proud. We've explored the factors pushing these nations to the brink, from crippling debt and rampant corruption to shrinking populations and the occasional natural disaster. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Okay, it's mostly doom and gloom, but amidst the challenges there are glimmers of hope. These countries are home to resilient people, stunning natural beauty, and the potential for growth and renewal. Whether they can overcome their challenges and build a brighter future remains to be seen. But that's where you come in. Let us know in the comments which country you think will recover first and why. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more cheery and uplifting content. See you next time.